in the top 10. That counts. Very good run indeed for that. Romain Dumas pushing them hard at the end, but finishing just over a lap behind. Next up, a brand new class for 2020 and the Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 Hours. This is the silver category. This is for all amateur drivers, and this again was very impressive indeed, with another top 10 finish for the team that won this particular class, and a fastest lap at one stage as well for Martin Kodrich in that number 59 McLaren.
Shows, doesn't it, that the machinery is identical, so you can go fast in the 60, equally you can go fast in the sister McLaren, and that's exactly what the Croatian was doing.
And Kelvin van der Linde just stole away that fastest lap at the end, 2:03.2 for Kelvin in the 2:22, but they were trading sector times all the way through till the end of the race.
Brand new category at the 12 hour for this year is the silver class within Class A. And let's bring out our third place drivers. From Garage 59, here comes Andrew Watson, Olivia Hart and Roman DeAngelis. The hard-working Bobby Burke, the Mayor of Bathurst, with the trophies. Let's move up now to second place today, driving for Mercedes AMG Black Falcon. Please bring out Patrick Assenheimer, Sergei Afanasiev, and Michelle Beretta. From Pirelli, here comes Matteo Braga with our runners-up trophies. And winners of the first ever silver class here at Mount Panorama today. How exciting is this story? From 59 Racing, here comes Dom Story, and alongside him, Fraser Ross and Martin Kodrich. Peter Baumann from Liqui Moly with our winners' trophies today. There's your silver class podium here at the Liqui Moly 12 hour.
You know, with the quality of the pro car field, I think it's absolutely appropriate that we do have a silver category here and silverware to be won from those teams. And they all acquitted themselves very well. 8th, 12th and 14th overall for those three teams, beating a heck of a lot of top quality international teams and international drivers with effectively work support from some of the cars that were behind them.
Yeah, every credit to the Black Falcon squad, who know how to win VLN races on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, not least with Patrick Assenheimer at the wheel, and he featured there on the podium, but also to the McLaren crew, because at 59 Racing, an Aussie squad, and they've done the business. Okay, maybe not to win the overall title for the Bathurst 12 hour, but they do get the victory in the silver division.
Moving on to Class C next. This is for GT4. Two extremely closely massed cars from two massive German manufacturers, BMW and Mercedes-Benz. A small problem early on for the Mercedes-Benz cost them a dozen laps, and they weren't able to recover from that, but the gap never moved, and the lap times were so similar, rather robbed us of what would have been an outstanding fight for the GT4, the Class C battle.
Great mileage as well completed by both of these cars. I know there were laps between them, but when you combine the Mercedes and the BMW, they nearly did 550 laps between them. So it just shows how good these GT4 cars are in the modern era. And we can now get the podium for the GT4 class.
Let's go ahead now to our GT4 podium today. Two cars making a home in this always competitive class. And it's Mark Griffiths, Dirk Muller, and Harrison Newey in the 19 Corp Mercedes GT4. From Pirelli, here comes Matteo Braga with the trophies. Congratulations to our second place drivers in GT4. Let's move up now to our GT4 race winners here at the 12 hour from RHC Jorgensen Storm. It's Darren E. Jorgensen, Brett Storm, and Danny Van Dongen. And from Liqui Moly, once again, here comes Peter Baumann with our winners' trophies. Congratulations to our winners at GT4 class level here at the 12 hour.
The Jorgensen Strom cars, have seen those in up to 24-hour racing in their home turf, and they've come over here, supported this race for a few years, and they've taken home the trophy. GT4 extremely competitive. Be nice to see some more entries. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that was a good race. Shame about the slight problem from the Mercedes. That is a brand new car, though, to this race. Haven't seen that new Mercedes-AMG GT4 here before.
No, and always good to welcome new models to the mountain. Well done to Mark Griffith, who was ably backed up, of course, by now a Daytona winner, Harrison Newey, and the legend that is Dirk Muller, through all of his BMW and now Mercedes loyalty. So we'll move on to now a class that sadly only started with 3 cars rather than the 4 after a monster accident on Saturday for Tyler Everingham, and delighted that we could catch up with Tyler during the coverage today because he was back at the track and was out to dinner with the team yesterday in an incident by no means of his making, just arriving on the scene at Brock Skyline at the wrong time. But the Mark cars again proving themselves to be pretty resilient, one of them having to come back from 2 fires in the pit lane. And
2 fires and an engine change.
And an engine change in between the fires. Yeah, you're quite right to point that out. So the ex-Ryan McLeod company sold to Jeff Taunton, still based, to my knowledge, up in Norwell. They made the podium, these 3 cars. Here's Chad Nayland with the final podium.
Class I for the wonderful Mark cars, ready to celebrate here at Mount Panorama in the invitational class. From GJ Motorsport, 3rd place today goes to Jeff Taunton, Bailey Hall, Warren Luff, and Brad Schumacher. For the final time, let's make some noise for the Mayor of Bathurst. Here comes Bobby Burke. Second place today in the wonderful Mark cars goes to T2 Racing, and it's Adam Hargraves, Cedric Spirazzulli, Daniel Gillison, and Steve Owen. And time to bring out, once again, Matteo Braga with the trophies. A couple of well-known names making the podium today in the invitational class. Here are your winners. From Scandia Racing by Racer Industries, it's Aaron Cameron, Jake Kemet, Nick Percat, and Brock Feeney. And for the final time, here comes Peter Baumann from Liqui Moly. And that caps off a fantastic day of celebrations here at Mount Panorama for the 2020 Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 hour.
Chad Nayland with the formalities, the invitational Class R final celebrations on the Liqui Moly Bathurst 12 hour podium for 2020. They came, they saw, and finally they conquered. Bentley, that is. They had to beat the weather or not, we'd get the rain at the end. They brought the thunder and the excitement. Thanks to everybody for being here at Bathurst. Put the date in your diary right now for 2021 because it just keeps getting better. And once again, Mount Panorama at Bathurst has delivered. Bye-bye from all of us, and thanks for all the hard work of our team on site and further afield. We'll see you next year. Bye-bye.